How's it going, guys? Welcome back to yet another Booga Booga revived video. This is another video on my game that I own. This is not Booga Reborn, this is Booga Revived. So if you thought this was an XP guide on Booga Booga Reborn, unfortunately it's not. However, I do have a video on my channel dedicated to a Booga Reborn Rebirth guide. So if that's what you wanted to watch, I do have a video like that, so no worries. But this is Booga Revive, my game, and I'm going to show you guys the best Rebirth path. So the starting thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you have at least a steel pick. At least steel stuff, so you're going to be at least level 20 to begin this method. So if you're brand new, you're level 1, what I recommend doing is getting a wood or a stone axe and simply coming to the feather island and mining the feather bushes. Now, in my Booga Booga game, I have so many feather bushes that by the time you start and you make your way all the way around, the ones at the start will already have respawned. So there's actually so many feather bushes on my game that you can easily farm these for an amazing amount of XP early game and even mid to late game. Like it's not, it never really goes out of fashion. It's a great way of getting XP is the feather bushes. And so what you're going to want to do is just farm these feather bushes until you get to level 20. Then after that, you're going to want to simply go down to this cave where there's iron and coal, and even beyond this, there's, oops, someone was in here, my bad. There's even more iron, my bad. And then if you go in this way, there's even more iron and coal down this cave, and you can farm up some steel tools. Alright, so now that you have steel tools to actually begin farming essence correctly, what you're going to want to do to start is, well actually, really quick, I'm going to hop in a private server so I can show you more adequately the method. Alright, so I've just joined my private server just so I can, like, you know, show you this privately. So the first place you're going to want to go is to the Drout God. Now the Drout God on my game is pretty much in the same location it is in Booga Reborn. It's just behind this mountain that is south of the rope. If you come here, there should be a little pond that you can jump down, and it will take you straight down to this cave. And now the first thing you're going to want to do is at the end of this cave, there's going to be a big god named the Drout God. And what you're going to want to do is put down a hut like this, and then just kill him, and he should drop a crap ton of essence. Now I'm going to quickly rebirth to actually show you just exactly how much XP you get from doing this method. Now let me quickly just get my tools back in order really quick. Alright, so as you can see, I've set my level to 20, just like I've said in this tutorial. So I'm level 20. If you break this Drout God, he'll get you to level 27. But wait, that's not all. There's actually an Easter egg that I put into my game that some people would know about. If you come up here and you go behind the Drout God, there's a funny Easter egg called the Young God, which is basically the exact same thing as the Drout God, except it's just small. He drops the exact same amount of XP, but in order to actually mine him, you have to put a dock above his head. Okay, I don't have any logs. What the fuck is that? Is that not logs? What the fuck? You have to put a dock above his head like this, as when you mine him, the essence is gonna float, and if you don't have a dock, it's going to fly all the way up and out of the map. So make sure you do have that dock placed like that, and this should get you a nice little chunk of essence as well. Now when you're done mining the Drout and the Young God, that Young God is actually not a permanent thing, by the way. Once we update to the beta, we're going to remove that. So it's just a temporary fun Easter egg. But once you're done with that, you're going to want to come here. You're in the volcano now. Now don't go to the Hateful God yet, as there's plenty of essence to be found in the desert biome. What you want to do is you want to go all the way to this end of the desert biome, the far end of the big island. And the first thing you want to do is mine the ancient palm tree. Now, I'm going to buff its essence gain as time goes on, as people would have complained it's not good enough. But right now, the ancient palm tree has 20,000 HP, and it drops a nice solid amount of essence, as you can see, quite a bunch. Now once you're done mining the ancient palm tree, you're going to want to come over here and you can mine Sheldon. Now Sheldon doesn't drop that much essence, but it does drop a little bit, so it's always nice to get a little bit extra. Also, currently, something to note, as of recording, we are currently in the St. Patrick's Day update, and around the map there's 10 of these giant clover thingies. They do drop a little bit of essence too. Actually, they drop quite a bit of essence. However, I'm not going to use this in my guide, as this is not a permanent thing. However, if you are playing this during the St. Patrick's update, definitely you're going to want to take advantage of this, as it takes a lot of essence off of the time to rebirth. Anyways, back to what I was saying, after you mine the ancient palm tree and Sheldon, go into the middle of this pond, and you will fall down another hole similar to the Drout God, except this time, it'll lead you to the Drout God. Now you can, if you want to, you can go around and mine the emeralds if your pick is good enough. The emeralds give like 20 XP or something. But basically, you're just going to want to mine the Drout God. He himself drops a little bit of essence, although admittedly he is not the best source of essence. He is just a little something extra. And sometimes the essence does get stuck behind the waterfall. Make sure you don't get too close to the waterfall when you collect, otherwise you might accidentally teleport through prematurely. Once you've collected all of his stuff, teleport through, and you're back at the Hateful God. And that's exactly what we're going to mine next. Simply go down this pool here, go all the way to the end. If you want, you can actually mine the Adderite. It does give 10 XP each, and this gives about 4 XP, which, I mean, I'm probably going to buff that because that is pretty pathetic. But if you go to the Hateful God and you place down a little hut in his mouth, and you break him, he gives quite a bit of essence. It gets you up to level 56. And also, if you are a complete noob, this would be the time that you'd want to pick up all this Adderite and start making Adderite tools, or just generally something better than your silly steel stuff. Right, so once you've come out of the path here, the next thing you want to do is go to the floating islands. The floating islands is your next best bet, if you can scale this mountain really quick. Basically, you're going to want to go all the way back here and up to the feather island, and we're not going to mine the feather bushes, although as you know, pass by them, it does help to mine them, but I'm not going to mine them. Basically, you're going to want to mine the Miserable God next. Now, I know I'm breezing by this really fast, so it seems pretty easy, but when you actually have like God tools or pink diamond tools, this will take quite a bit of grinding, so I do recommend, you know, pulling up Netflix on your phone or on your other monitor or something while you do this, as it can take quite a while. I mean, going from 0 to 100 on your first playthrough would probably take you 2 to 3 hours, even if you do this method perfectly. Anyways, once you're done with the Miserable God, you're going to want to come up here to the Ancient Tree. Now, the Ancient Tree, in my game, we have something called Reinforced Docks, which is actually an item that my dev Proxo made that I really, really love, because you can't damage it with an axe. So if you place a reinforced dock underneath it, that should work, and you just get like a God axe, you won't actually damage the reinforced dock as you're breaking the Ancient Tree, which is nice. But anyways, you're going to want to just mine the Ancient Tree. Very simple like that. Obviously, it's going to take you quite a while, but if you have an auto clicker and about 15 minutes of free time, that's a great way of getting essence. Right, after the Ancient Tree, your next step is going to be the Pink God. Or the Lonely God, I mean. But first you're going to have to mine the Guardian just to get a spirit key. And then you come here, simply plop down a spirit key on top of the pathway, go all the way across, and this is the Lonely God who will spawn in a pink diamond meteor. And that got me to level 72, which is pretty solid. I do recommend killing these pink diamond little bantos, as they give like 20 XP, or 20 XP when you break them, which is pretty OP. Alright, next up after you've mined the Lonely God is you're going to want to go to the Ice Biome. Once you're in the Ice Biome, these mammoths, they do drop a little bit of XP, like 30 each, so if you want to kill the mammoths, you can. But next up on the list is the Giant. Now, up until recently, the Giant was actually bugged in my game, so you used to be able to exploit him pretty easily, and sometimes he does glitch out a little bit, so you can still kind of exploit him, but generally speaking, the easiest way of killing him is to just break the thing, climb to the top, and he shouldn't be able to hit you, I don't believe, but you can hit him. Now, you're going to want to use like an axe to kill him, so for example, I don't have any resources to make an axe, but you're going to want to use an axe to kill him. The reason you want to use an axe is because you can hit him with an axe and you won't actually damage your stone tower in the process, although obviously I have the insta-kill item, so that's not going to be an issue for me. At this point, I'm now level 77, which is pretty dang close, isn't it? The next place you want to go to is very close by. It's the Wealthy God's place. It's just in the same mountain. Right here, there's a little cave, and when you first enter, there's going to be some Barbarians. The AI is currently bugged, I know. I'm getting one of my devs to fix it for me, but they drop a few essence. Right now, since they are bugged, it's pretty much free essence, but that will be fixed soon. But once you kill them, you're going to want to go to the right, and just follow this path until its end, and you will find the Wealthy God, who gives a lot of gold, but also a ton more essence. So now I'm at 81, which is very close. And the next thing you want to do is head straight this way to the Barbarian place, as of course the Barbarians will give you a little bit of XP. And once you kill them, you should be at about 82, maybe a bit like 83, 84. if you actually were a bit more optimized than me. My path wasn't very optimized because I'm just trying to go for speed. But if you actually killed the mammoths and you mined feather bushes a little bit more than I did, and you mined for resources, you might be already at 83 or 84. Anyways, with that being said, this is the final thing on the path, which is the ancient pine tree. Now this thing, I keep buffing this thing because its XP gain is very small. I probably should have put like a wall around or something. But I've actually had to buff this thing a few times because it was actually previously very unbalanced. Jeez, the essence is like running away from me. But once you do mine it and you collect all of the essence, this will get you to level 90. Now at this point, there should be like one more barbarian, I think. Okay, I guess there's no more barbarians, but what you can do at this last stage is simply close the game, open it back up, and go back to the old god and the young god and do the old god young god method one more time, and you should be at level 100. Now if you're doing this with tools like pink diamond tools, void tools, or god tools, this will probably take you 1 to 2 hours. God tools, this will probably take you about 40 minutes or less. But with pink diamond or emerald or void tools, this will take you a decently long time, 2 or 3, probably 2 hours to get from 0 to 100. If you're a complete noob and you're starting from absolute 0, this will probably take you 2 to 3 or 4, maybe even 4 hours if you really take your time. So yeah, currently this is the best method to get XP in my game and get rebirths. I recently actually added a God Raft rebirth item for 3 rebirths, which I think is a very cool item, so make sure you guys do grind that while you can. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, leave a like and a sub. If not, leave a dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.